Today I'm going to talk about custom instructions. If you've been using ChatGPT to create content for your real estate business and you're unhappy because the responses are robotic or they're inauthentic sounding, they don't sound like you and aren't connected to your business at all, then I think that you'll enjoy this video. Custom instructions are kind of a hidden feature in ChatGPT, but they're extremely powerful and allow you to make ChatGPT actually sound like you. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can activate custom instructions, and you can do it in the free version of ChatGPT. And I'm also going to give you a list of questions that you can answer about yourself and your business that will make the process of creating custom instructions a lot easier. So to get started, just go to chat.openai.com, and in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see next to your name, there's some ellipses you can press, and there's a custom instructions tab. This custom instructions tab is how you're going to access the custom instructions section of ChatGPT. So once you've clicked that, ChatGPT will prompt you with two questions. What would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better responses? And how would you like ChatGPT to respond? These are both very similar, but ultimately different types of questions that are going to address two different ways you can personalize ChatGPT. And I'm going to summarize them right now. The very first question is asking you to describe your personality and your business. So this is where you're going to give information to ChatGPT about who you are as a real estate agent, where you work, information about your niche, but also things like what your hobbies are, what you like to do in your hometown, some of your favorite neighborhoods, restaurants, bars in your hometown. This is where you're going to get personal, creative, and I've created a list of about 40 different questions that you can ask yourself when trying to think about information that you might want to put into this section here. Now, the great thing about this is that this isn't set in stone. You can constantly refine and revise this section over time. So as you change, as your businesses change, then you can change this section here. You can also toggle this on and off. So anytime you don't want ChatGPT to have access to it, you can turn off custom instructions. So let me show you really quickly the list of questions and kind of the different topic areas that you might want to address when writing your custom instructions. The first that I have here is personal background and traits. So this is basically just giving it demographic information about you and your business, as well as some information about values and principles that guide your interactions with clients. I have a question in here about your hobbies and interests outside of real estate. So I think that's really important because if you're doing any type of content creation activity, then it's going to be able to pull on your real authentic experiences in your hometown if you've provided that information. I have a section in here about questions related to business approach. I have some questions related to goals, mission, vision, values. I have some questions related to how you deal with challenges and adaptability. I have some questions in it related to community involvement and market knowledge. So this is all just aimed at giving ChatGPT as much information about you and your business as you want. So ultimately, you're in the driver's seat here about how much information you provide. As with anything, the higher quality of the input, the higher quality output. So the more detailed and descriptive you are on the front end, the better the quality of your responses will be from ChatGPT on the back end. But again, this is just a sort of a thought starter. This is meant as a question list to get you thinking about ways that you might tell ChatGPT about you and your business. And once you've arrived at some sort of final draft of that, you can copy and paste all of your responses into this box here. You can see, this is the first part of mine is that I said I'm a realtor, I'm in Asheville, I've got an education at these universities, have some advocacy work that I'm proud of, have some hobbies that I want to share with you, and that's pretty much it. I told it I have a dog as well. The next question is, how would you like ChatGPT to respond? This is a little bit different because we're no longer talking specifically about our business or about our personal life. This is specifically addressing how we actually want to sound whenever ChatGPT responds. So if you're asking ChatGPT to create content for you, this is where you're going to have to give ChatGPT information about your writing style. So how you actually write. Do you write in short sentences or long sentences? Are you verbose or are you not verbose? Do you like using lots of adjectives or not? So this is where you're going to give ChatGPT technical information about your writing. For example, I've included here, don't be overly verbose or exclamatory, do not overstate, be conversational and casual. So one of the biggest complaints that people have about ChatGPT is that it sounds robotic, and on the flip side, sometimes people say it sounds kind of overly flowery. I've had both experiences, and so my experience has been that if I include this little set of questions or statements here that it kind of resolves a lot of the issues that I've had. I've also included some other things which you can see here. I'm going to provide the full content of both of these answers that I provided as a link in the description or as a comment. So if you just want to copy and paste mine to test it out in terms of the technical piece, then you can. For a really quick way to get started with the custom instructions for the personal professional section is to just go grab your real estate bio that you probably haven't looked at since you first started in real estate and copy and paste that into this box right here. The only change that you would probably want to make is put it in first person. I found that when this is written in first person, the effect on the responses is a lot better. So let's go ahead and see what happens when we insert these custom instructions. I'm going to do a little before and after. So let's start with the custom instructions off. I'm going to save that. And I'm going to click New Chat. And I'm going to ask ChatGPT to help me write an outline for a weekly real estate newsletter. So write an outline for a weekly real estate newsletter to my database. Okay, so it's doing what it does best, which is ChatGPT is great at creating outlines and lists. So it's provided a pretty generic outline for a newsletter, and it's funny how quickly we can get used to the leverage that these large language models provide. This is a fantastic start to a newsletter. So if this is all you have and this is what you've been working off of, this is great. This gets most people off the ground and creating their newsletter on a weekly basis. So here we can just fill this in. It's come up with some sections for us, but fortunately we can do a lot better with custom instructions. So I'm going to go back into my settings, custom instructions, and I'm going to activate it. Let's just see what the effect is on this particular prompt here. So I'm going to click save, copy and paste this prompt. And once you've gone in and you've toggled your ChatGPT custom instructions back on, the next thing that you need to do is go back in and start a new conversation. Now I'm going to use the same prompt, just add a little bit here about my custom instructions being available. All right. And so you can see right off the bat immediately, I mean, the quality of the response is a lot better. We have much more hyper-local information included in the newsletter outline. So it's included my geographic area, it's included my company, it's included some information about my experience here. We have a section about a local real estate market update, again, Asheville specific. We have a featured listing section, real estate tips section. So if I was a little bit more specific in my custom instructions about my ideal buyer avatar, then it's possible that ChatGPT, when prompted to create a newsletter, would include more information in that newsletter that's pertinent to that buyer avatar that I want to work with. In the community spotlight section, again, we've targeted Asheville. ChatGPT has picked up on my volunteerism and advocacy work. It's picked up on my interest in health and wellness and outdoor active lifestyles, and then it's just kind of concluding the newsletter here. So hopefully you can see that it's really easy to improve the quality of your responses with ChatGPT. If fine-tuning your prompting isn't getting to where you need to be with the quality of the responses, then I recommend going into your custom instructions, kind of trying to figure out exactly what you need to tell ChatGPT to improve your responses. What are the pain points that you're having? Is it not authentic? Does it sound too robotic? And then adjust these custom instructions accordingly. So again, one of the things that I will mention is that this list of questions for personalizing your custom instructions is available. Just comment and I will send you the instructions. I hope this was helpful. I think this is a really good starting point for getting higher quality responses from ChatGPT. See you in the next video.